Many dog owners have faced problems with their dog greeting guests in the wrong way. Whether it's jumping up on them, barking excessively, or showing hostile behavior. Not all dog owners expect such issues, but they are very common, especially when it comes to recently adopted dogs. Before we move on with this video, you need to grab the free Dog Training Secrets Guide, in which I have disclosed the deepest dog training secrets that professional dog trainers don't want you to know about. These training secrets would help you have a well-behaved, super intelligent, smart and obedient dog without spending hours in training him, her. Link to the free Secret Training Technique Guide is in the description below. The presence of visitors in your home can make your dog overly excited. Fortunately, there are things you can do to prevent this problem and ensure your dog greets visitors politely. Here are 9 tips to train your dog to greet visitors in an acceptable manner. 1. Get your dog used to the doorbell ringing. If your pup barks whenever he hears the doorbell ring, all you need to do is to get him used to it. To achieve this, simply put your pooch on a leash and let a friend or a loved one ring the bell several times. Whenever your dog barks, say, "No." Make sure you repeat this several times until your dog stops barking when someone rings the doorbell. 2. Train your dog to stop jumping up on people. Your dog jumps around in order to get attention. One of the best ways to get him to stop jumping up on you and your guests is to ignore his behavior. When someone enters your house, and he starts jumping up, ignore him. When he is finally calm, be sure to praise him. 3. Introduce visitors gradually. If a lot of guests come into your house, it can overwhelm and even confuse the dog. Even well-trained dogs can find it difficult to behave when there are a lot of visitors in your home. Instead of confusing your dog with very many people at the same time, introduce guests to your home slowly and then increase the number when your dog learns to behave around your visitors. 4. Teach your dog the sit command. Encourage your puppy to sit every time you enter the room before greeting him. Then make sure you greet him politely and only when they have all 4 paws on the floor. 5. Seek the help of a friend. Seek the help of a friend who should remain calm even when your dog doesn't stop his frantic behavior. Ask your friend to quietly enter the room and stand still at the entrance. Your dog should have already mastered the sit command. Ask your friend to give him the sit command before they try to greet him. If the dog tries to jump up on your friend, let him turn his back towards your dog or even move away from him. This will help prevent your dog from succeeding at unwanted behaviors. Once he has all 4 paws on the floor, praise the dog and let your friend repeat the sit command. Immediately your dog sits, let your friend praise your dog with some tender petting. Avoid rough or quick movements. The objective is to calm your dog down and then move further into the room in a calm manner. Once you start achieving success with one friend, ask a few others for their help. That way, your dog will ultimately learn that he's getting rewarded for being calm and polite while greeting your visitors. 6. Now it's time to practice with other people. Once your dog has mastered the art of sitting nicely when you come home, it's time to bring other people into the mix. Start with just one person. Ask a friend who loves dogs, and doesn't mind jumpers, to come help you. Prepare him or her to ignore your dog just as you did in the previous step until he's sitting nicely. Then, have your friend give treats and praise. Stay with your dog and require him to stay in his sitting spot while your friend goes in the other room. Dismiss your dog to go visit with your friend a moment, then continue with your visit. Your dog shouldn't be made the center of attention. In subsequent visits, slowly start working toward you being able to leave and go to the other room without your dog following. Call his name when it's time for him to join you. 7. Slowly increase the number of guests. It can be overwhelming for your dog to have a lot of people come to the house, but she needs to learn. Once your dog has mastered all of the above steps, move on to small groups. Again, choose people who love dogs. 8. Be patient. Remember, your dog is learning something new, and so are you. Success may take some time, but don't give up. More importantly, don't get angry at your dog or punish him. You don't want him to feel like you're not happy to see him. The idea is to get him to greet visitors nicely, not run in fear and cower in a corner every time you come home. 9. Start with your dog on leash next to you. Have your helper approach and stop just out of leash range, holding a tasty treat high against her chest. Hold the leash and stand still, waiting. Your dog will eventually get frustrated that he can't jump on the helper, and he'll sit to figure it out. The instant he sits, have your helper click her clicker, or use a verbal marker such as the word, yes, and pop the treat in your dog's mouth. This is called reinforcing an incompatible behavior. Your dog can't sit and jump up at the same time. If he consistently gets reinforced for sitting and doesn't get reinforced for jumping up, he'll choose to offer the behavior that gets rewarded. When your dog is sitting, relax the tension a tiny bit so he's holding the sit himself, not being restrained by the leash. Only give him a little bit of slack, so you can prevent him from contacting the approaching person. If he decides to revert to the jumping up behavior, that probably has a long history of reinforcement. Do you want to have a well-behaved, obedient and calm pet dog without spending hours in training him? Check out the first link in the description and download the Secret Training Technique Guide absolutely free. It is available for free only for a limited period of time. Thanks for watching the video. Comment below if you liked the video. Please subscribe to the Little Paws Training channel if you are serious about training and grooming your dog. Also, join our Facebook group where you get all the solutions to your daily doggy problems.